Why did it stick me in the middle of the road? I gotta pull in here and figure out what I was up to. I know I recorded my review last night. Ugh. And the autosave must have, like, saved on the road. Keep on keeping on. That's right, Trip Rom. I do have orders. Oh, you know, I was up there and didn't, I'm gonna abandon that. Can I abandon an order? I already got my sniper rifle. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna... I don't need to do that right now. Orders. Pretty sure we're gonna do main story this morning. Recover of cache. Don't I also need to go there to kill some bandits? Yep, let's do it. And then I'll go do a main quest. Good morning, Whiskey Dad, Slacker. I have, the zipline, episode 6 after rescuing a hostage. Oh, I still got a long way to go. Shit, I'm still in episode 3. But to be fair, I have also spent a boatload of time doing nothing but, like, road construction and shit, so. And lone commander stuff. Let's do these 5 brigands and then and collect the stuff, and then I think we're gonna go do some main mission and try to progress the story this morning. Because I honestly don't care too much past the sniper rifle that I got. Oh, I'm not awake. I am not awake. What if I can snipe these guys from the road?
Definitely not alone.
I think somebody just saw me. I know there's a guy there. I think I'm too far to do anything because it's not giving me a red dot. Somebody was behind me? He's underneath. Yeah, come investigate. Gotta get my truck under here. See, no one can hear me now. Dude, that's dope. Yeah, sniper rifle for the win. Did I accidentally... Oh, is he still in my truck? I did not know that was a thing. I did not know they could destroy your... Or I didn't know they could steal your trucks, man. I forget which one it does. Who is chucking? Oh, he's right here. Crap, there's a lot of them. A lot more than I thought there was. Oh my goodness, where do these guys keep coming from? There's a bunch. Somewhere down in here, somebody keeps shooting. Alright, there he is. Did he just, like, duck out of my range? There's no way I'm hitting this guy from here. Yeah, there's no way. Alright, well, I'm taking that shit. Huh. I can go a little closer. There's only a couple more guys I gotta worry about. Three more, to be honest with you. There was a guy around here somewhere. Where's he at? No, 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 no. Not on my watch. And as Chet would say, do it, lady. Just, you know, do it. Do it on your birthday. Nothing in that. Oops. Ugh. shit, I missed. So I'm still not seeing. I guess it's gonna be inside this. Yep. I don't care about any of that stuff. All I care about right now is this stuff. Carry the metals? That's a lot of metals. There's also another thing I could hack there. There's another cache over there too, looks like. No. Hack it. Don't rest.
Let's go.
Right.
Lightweight assault rifle level 2. I will take that. I don't have one. I'll replace the level 1 that I have. I am genuinely surprised though that the dude was getting in my vehicle to drive it off. Like he was in my truck ready to drive it off earlier. I'm supposed to deliver this. I think back at the western. Yep. Well, he totally was in the driver's seat getting ready to drive off, Howie. I don't know. I don't know what I would have done at that point. I don't know where he was going to take it. But he totally jumped up in the driver's seat. I've done this. Let's go, Mick. Let's do the main quest.
Hey Sam, it's nice of you to pay us a visit. Talk about a mountain.
Now displaying your current quarter grade.
Don't stay away too. Can't wait to see you again.
Order completed. Well done.
We're gonna switch out to that. Nope, I don't need to do that. I just need to recycle it. What time is it? I already hear my great niece up and about with Christina. It's only 5:30 in the morning. I know I went to bed early last night. I was in bed at 5:30 last night, and I slept until my alarm went off at 4 o'clock this morning. I'm sorry, Mr. Porter. I didn't mean to run you over. 10 likes docked by a porter. I didn't even know if he was. I didn't even know he was there, man. Oh man, like I was just backing out of my parking space. It's like real life. I gotta be conscious. Shit, I need new boots before I do anything. Let's call the Magellan.
Gotcha.
I feel really bad now. I just backed into a porter. Oh no. The DMV is gonna come give me a ticket. Poor guy. He was just trying to make a delivery. That's private locker. So was this the... Yeah, this is inside the vehicle. Can I close tabs? This is annoying. I don't want to have to fucking... You can't close a tab? Thank you. Alright, let me go grab another cup of coffee and see why my great niece is up out of bed with Chris. I'll be right back.
A nice repair job. She's practically sparkling. Good.
Apparently she decided she's getting up at 5:30 this morning. She's in the kitchen eating fruit. It's not even... What are you guys doing up at 5:30 in the morning? I'm the only one who's supposed to be up before 7 o'clock.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with the BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that, pretty much, is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
I do too. Let's find out more.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
And this is going to be where we
If you're
get into
sure,
the couple
Sam,
we saw from the
I'll keep
trailers.
digging. In the meantime, you should
The
get plenty
baby
of
that was
rest before
smuggled
your
in
next
from
mission.
Mexico, probably. According to the... Time for a trippy dream. Alright, Wyko said they raided 10 minutes ago, but the stream is on subscriber only mode. You're right, it's on subscriber only mode specifically so that I don't deal with spam, because if I leave it open, everybody tries to drop links for, hey, check out my stuff. Hi, here's my portfolio. Hey, this, that, and the other. Or we get hit with a bunch of corn spam. I don't want any of that. So whether you're watching on YouTube or whether you're watching on Twitch, there is a minimum of a 10-minute wait limit to engage with the stream chat. Both channels. I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch every single day. If and I think most of our audience left since they couldn't engage. While I appreciate the raid, thank you very much for that. If people can't wait 10 minutes to chat and they disappear, they're not my audience in the first place. I'm only interested in people who are going to be here for the long term and be willing to hang out for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and hang out with our community and be willing to be here for the right reasons. If people are going to dip out after 10 minutes because, oh, he made me subscribe to his channel, they're not they're not the right people for us. So thank you for the raid, but yeah, I have it set this way for a specific reason because I don't like spam. This is the day job. I do this full time, and if I leave it open, I learned this years ago.
A new order is now ready for you.
Every single person who jumps in chat will be like, hey, I can offer you video editing services. Hey, I can offer you thumbnail editing services. Hey, check out my SoundCloud. Hey, check out my So, yeah, we don't.
Starman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me.
Dribrum coming in for his 22 months of membership. God damn, Dribrum. You've almost been here 2 years. That is a long time. There may be some internet hiccups too, because we're still in storm territory. So, we've still got flooding all around us. So if there's hiccups over on Twitch or something right now, it's probably because of the storms. Spam, 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 spam. I haven't listened to those. I used to have a 4 CD box set of Monty Python years ago. Oh yeah, I got this like lick stick thingy. What was this? It's probably gonna make me have trippy dreams. How do I get over to it? I can see the lick stick, but I can't touch the lick stick.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
Let's give the photo man to Tarman. Let's give it to him. I do me every day. It's the best part about being me.
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son?
Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine.
Oh.
It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain.
Interesting.
You want to hear the story?
Sure.
Sure.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine.
I need this hat.
This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Strip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop.
Should've strapped yourself in, kid.
You seeing this?
Chiral crabs.
I think she's pregnant.
Yeah. Slacker. Especially if you go back to like PS1. Thinking back to...
Hey, Pop,
Remember,
this is weird.
what was that Star Wars fighting game? On the PlayStation 1. TK tie something, I forget what it's called now. I can't remember, but like going back and looking at that, the graphics are just all blocky and
Stop!
should have strapped in, kid. I wonder if we're gonna have a submission to find his son. That's how he lost his hand trying to save his kid. Dude, this is a traumatic scene, man. And just like that.
And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him.
God damn, that was something else.
At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.
What's really impressive is the way they've got stop motion on the doll, but real time on the rest. That's a cool engineering thing. I gotta go look up that name of that game now. Star Wars fighting game. I know it was T something. Masters of Terras Kasi, that's what it was. That's crazy. That's been a long time ago. There were a ton of prequel Star Wars games for the PlayStation 1. I remember living with my high school buddies in like 1999. I think it was like 1999, 2000. We had a house together. I would have been 19, 20 years old. And I remember having a PlayStation and just sitting around and playing one of the Phantom Menace games where you could play all the different characters from the Phantom Menace and like play through the Phantom Menace storyline. It was a lot of fun. X-Wing, TIE Fighter, those were I played those on the PC before console. I remember Nintendo 64 had Rogue Squadron 1 and 2, I think. You could drop it in Discord, Slacker. There's no links permitted on YouTube or Twitch, so you won't be able to drop a link in the streams. But put it in the gaming channel in Discord. I don't have a Dune channel specifically. There's just a gaming channel, which is for all things gaming. So you can drop it there. That's the easiest way to do it. I'm gonna get rid of this. There, that's more symmetrical. Excuse me. My Discord. My Discord. Yeah, don't drop links in the Dune Awakening Discord. Yeah. If you drop links in the Dune Awakening Discord, they'll probably be like, nuke it. No, no. In my Discord, there is a gaming channel that you can drop links into. That's where all the guild members congregate and chat. I don't like any of the glasses, man. Alright, what else can I do to customize the backpack? Probably patches or something. Yeah, it's patches. It's this one I got. No matter where, no matter what. That's right, baby. I need one that says keep on keeping on. Tummy, yummy cryptobite. Ugh. Alright, how do I use the lick stick? Because it's over here. But I can't actually pan over to it. It's that stick thing over there. They told me about it, but I can't actually use it. But it put it on the shelf. I can't seem to, like, the camera won't pan over to it. And I can't toggle over to it either. Maybe you're not supposed to meant to do anything with it. They just give it to you so you can see it. Alright, we found out more about our Lou history. Larry says, I started playing Death Stranding, really liking it so far. Well, I'm glad you took the plunge and started the first game. It is a lot of fun. Alright, hang on, Trippy Dream sequence.
The extraction was successful. It was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility. Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? 1.
Take on a main order at the F1 terminal. Well, why don't we travel to the F1 terminal? Jerome says he explains it's a collection edition if you go back to him. Alright. Oh, I need new boots. We need to make some new boots when I get back to town here. I have a spare pair, but they're the cheapy, crappy old ones. So let's make a new one. Did I drive past the entrance? I drove past the entrance. You know, I've noticed there's 2 seats, but I have yet to have a passenger. Alright. Let's make some new boots.
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory, Art. This observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment.
Okay.
To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge is waiting for you there. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DHV Magellan. I recruited them myself when we first met in the UCA. You can pick up the order from the delivery terminal. I'm looking forward to seeing you both. Thanks again, Sam.
Okay, well, before we do that, let me make some new boots. Trekking boots. I should probably make another blood grenade. Awesome, Slacker. I will definitely check it out here in a bit when we switch over to Dune Awakening for the day. I do have a funny anecdote about Dune Awakening before we go over to Dune Awakening. As for fabricating stuff, getting ready here. I was over on the Discord this morning and I got pinged. One of the people who got really pissy yesterday when we were off in the deep desert went and like dropped a link to my YouTube channel in the general Discord for Dune Awakening, and was like, "This guy's being a dick. It's shadow banning my comments." And then somebody else replied and said, "Sounds to me like you're just being a Karen." And you're just wanting to find his manager to complain. And I just had to laugh because that person went on a rant about how Funcom is listening to assholes like this Renfail guy and changing the game. I was like, I have no sway over Funcom. I'm just some schmuck on the internet who plays the game and has fun playing it. Like I'm nobody. Like the idea that they listen to me? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm in their content creator program, but I mean, I have no influence over Funcom whatsoever. People like Carnage might be able to influence Funcom one way or the other because they've got, 1.5 million people following, and when you have those kind of numbers, that can tend to sway a company if valid feedback is given. But some people don't understand game development. Like, companies don't listen to streamers as a general rule. They have a vision in their head, and the market dictates what they do with their game, not a streamer. Especially not a streamer who only has 50,000 followers on YouTube and 3,000 on Twitch. Like, I think the biggest numbers I've pulled streaming Dune have been launch day when I had like 700 people watching. Otherwise my average stream most days is like 100 people watching my streams. Maybe 100. I think I had 140 yesterday. Like, I am not. Why would Funcom listen to me? I am a nobody in the scope of things. So it's just funny. People are just pissed off because I was out there proving them wrong. Your next destination is located in Rainbow Valley. Yes, Hector. There are people complaining about Dune Awakening. It's quite a funny thing. We may have to do a Reddit. We may have to do one of those things where I go to Reddit and just react to idiots on Reddit. That might be fun. Or we could just comb through the Discord. Okay. Oh man, I don't know what is going to be a good way to get over here. They said navigate the canyon, but look at that. There's a road right there that I could build. Jeez, I wonder what road it connects to, though. I don't even see what road. Is there something that branches off of here, maybe? That goes up to the musician that I've just not seen? And then maybe it goes somewhere else from the musician? Because there's definitely a highway thing right over there. And it's... nobody has done anything to that. So I would definitely need to go up the river from here. Which means... I'm sure somebody's got a bridge out here somewhere. Looks like right there there's a bridge. So I could probably go out...
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
There's BTs out there. Great. Okay. Yeah, some people do need to get some perspective. For sure, Hector. But the funniest thing to me was in the Discord, like so the one person dropped a link and was complaining that his comments were getting shadow banned. The next person down was like, sounds to me like you're just trying to cry to his manager, like, good luck finding his manager, something along those lines. And I just had to chuckle. Slacker says, Dune is the first game I've gotten involved with since Elite Dangerous, and I've been genuinely shocked by the level of entitlement coming from some quarters. Yeah, it's... So, I have not only been a gamer, I've also developed games, and so I have seen both sides of the fence, and specifically, one of the projects I developed was an MMO, so I've been the creative director on an MMO for almost 8 years. So I've been the face of a company who is creating a live service product. And the amount of entitlement that it's a very tiny percentage. Believe me when I say that. It's like in the 1 percentile or less of the people who play games make the loudest amount of noise. The case of Dune Awakening is that it has well over 1 million people playing. So that 1% is a large enough percent, it's a large enough number that their voices are very, very loud. But it's a tiny, tiny, tiny percentage of the actual people who play Dune. There are, more than 1 million sales, hundreds of thousands of people playing on a daily basis. The amount of people actually doing this and QQing on the internet is maybe 100. Might be 1,000 at the most. That is nothing in comparison to the actual people playing the game. What does my wife and manager say? Well, actually, to be honest with you, my wife/manager tells me I should stop being confrontational in my streams. She literally has told me that probably 10 times over the last 3 years. You should just not engage with people like that on your stream. And I'm like, you're probably right, honey, but I get a sick, perverse pleasure out of it. Like, it's like a cat playing with its food. That's how I've always described it on stream. When I get a troll in chat, I just want to play with it. I want to bat it around the room for a little while. I want to... it's too much fun. Load onto the off-roader. I'm not carrying that shit. That's a good question, Sparky, and that's actually one that I don't have an answer to. That's a really good question. So Sparky on Twitch asked, sorry for the totally off-topic question, but now that someone mentioned Dune lore, can someone tell me what a mala is in Dune? When the word is used towards people, it seems to mean something of a slave, which is true. But then the Fremen have mala pistols, so slave pistols? I think the idea is that because they are a renegade society, they only have access... Well, in the books, they have access to all sorts of weapons. Like, in the books, they have rocket launchers, they have rifles, because they've been fighting the Sardaukar and the Harkonnen troops in the books. So they have all of the weapons that they have stolen from the Empire and from the Harkonnens. It's a little different in the game lore. So yeah, that's a good question about why do the Fremen in the game have mala pistols? Yeah. Hector says, I cannot imagine anyone in some countries or region around the world really bothered about PvE versus PvP in Dune. They're just trying to get from day to day first world. Oh yeah, we've talked about that before for sure on the channel. Like, people who complain about things in a video game are so sheltered from the real world. Like, if you have the luxury of complaining about a video game, and that's the highlight of the troubles that you face in your day-to-day life, is you complain about things in a video game, you do not have any cognizance of the privileged position that you have on planet Earth. You are living a 1% lifestyle. If you have the luxury to complain about things in a video game. Facts. Pure facts. Because so many people on the planet still have to struggle with clean drinking water, let alone having a high-speed internet connection, let alone having the money to afford a PlayStation or a gaming PC or an Xbox or a handheld. Like, is your country getting bombed? Are you being forced to flee as a refugee because there's an active war in your country? Are you being forced out of your strip? I'm not going to mention any names, but are you being forced out of your strip of land because another country wants to commit genocide against you, and you're forced to flee, and you're facing genocide and religious prosecution? Like, there are hunger issues, there are poverty issues all around the world. And so when I hear some privileged first world crybaby complaining about a video game, I lose zero. I have no empathy for those people at all. None. You're living a 1% lifestyle, and no, I don't care. You're complaining about a video game when other people don't have clean drinking water, let alone an internet connection. So, no. Nope. That'll be a clip it and ship it short. First world problems for sure. Improved floating carriers. I'm not using carriers, so I don't care about the carriers. I wouldn't mind the battery thing, but I'm good to go right now. Sherrard. But Funcom broke their promise to me on PvP. Thanks for the gifted sub over on Twitch, Slacker. One of my favorites is the recent. There's a recent. I saw in the Dune Discord. There's a handful of people who are up in arms about wanting to. They're demanding refunds because of false advertisement because they claim that the changes to the Deep Desert fundamentally changed the game.
Yeah, sure thing.
And they're demanding refunds for false advertisement, and I'm just like, oh my! They're like, Funcom promised me open PvP. They did? Where? Where did Funcom promise you open PvP? Because nowhere in their marketing did they ever say that it was a PvP game. Literally, their marketing simply states, Dune Awakening is a multiplayer survival game. Read the marketing. Their marketing 100% says multiplayer survival game. At no point in time does their marketing say anything anywhere about PvP. Ever. Ever. I've been following the game for years. At no point did they ever market it as a PvP game. Which is one of the reasons I was willing to get on board with it, because I hate PvP. This poor bridge is getting completely slaughtered with oh, it's completely ruined.
Okay.
I've never seen anything get ruined by the rain. My vehicle torched by time juice. Look at that. Listen to that. We're getting BT music and everything else. They want me to go right up through here and like grab these samples, right? And then we're going to get hit with BTs. I know exactly what they want me to do here, and I'm not going to do it. I will. No, you're forcing me into BTs. God damn it. I really just want to go around the outside edge. I am sticking to the outside edge of the river here. Oh, something heard me or saw me. Don't stop driving. I don't want to die out here. Alright, this is the part where I gotta be super careful so I don't actually dump this boat in the river. Yeah, the mind's eye situation is another one. I like how the guy who played the character, like one of the main actors for Mind's Eye, came out in the public and actually did a big post on social media recently about the controversy. And he's like, you know, I get why some people are upset that the game had some bugs in it, and I also don't understand why the company released the game with, you know, those types of bugs in it. But at the same time, it's kind of not fair to lash out the way you are about a game having bugs, and it's also not fair for you to be lashing out at those of us who were just actors on the project, because we have no control. Because he's getting personally attacked on social media, like you know, for something that he has no control over. He was paid to do a gig, and he did the gig.
Feels good.
Visit the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
I will definitely be playing Mind's Eye at some point. The only reason I didn't do it at launch is because I'm too busy right now. But it looks awesome. I can't wait to play it. And I play games all the time with buggy. Are you kidding me? I played Stalker 2 at launch. Like, I have played some buggy hot messes at launch. Exactly, Hector. There are no facts, only interpretations, and complaining fools have taken it to the limit because Funcom said no open PvP, and they interpreted that to mean open
Hold on a
PvP.
minute. Are you Sam? And does this mean that
It's the Bethesda thing with Starfield. People interpreted all these things about Starfield from the marketing material when Bethesda never said any of those things. I will always come back to the flight thing. Like, they promised me I was going to be able to land my ship and take off on my ship, just like in Elite Dangerous. I'm like, no, they didn't. All they ever did was show a cutscene of a ship landing and taking off, and you assumed that it meant that you could manually take off and land your ship. Correct, Ivan. It's not Yvonne. I'm sorry. Thinking Ivanka. But it's anyway. My pronunciation is off this morning. People put their own hype on things. We've covered this in other videos. It's like, it's an unfortunate reality of the times we live in. People will put their own hype onto things, and then when it doesn't turn out to be that level of hype, they get upset. And it's like, you only have yourself to blame for that. Yeah, I like the looks of everything. Mind's Eye looks like a cool project. I'm just too busy to try it out. Like, I had Dude Awakening, Death Stranding 2, The Altars, all happening at the same time in the month of June, so I didn't have time to try Mind's Eye. I have to pick my battles.
We'll be hoping to see
I can
more
only
of you
play
in the
so many
future.
games per month.
The next step involves a Cupid, yeah? Okay then, let's do this.
Let's do this, partner. God, we still have so much more to go. This is awesome. I bet I get 100 hours out of this playthrough. Looking at the size of this map. I bet I get at least 80. I don't know about 100. It'll be at least 80 because I'm already... I think we're about 25 hours in right now. And there's still a lot of map left over. So unless things suddenly start like rapidly progressing, or I just decide, I mean, I suppose it could get a lot faster if I decide to stop 5-starring places, but I know for a fact that once I get the zip line, I'm going to get sidetracked building zip lines, because that was a huge part of my playthrough of the first game, was building zip lines all over the mountains, and I've already gotten sidetracked building highways here. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Interesting.
Now displaying your current order grade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our terraforming initiative. Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. Oh, we've shared our tar cannon data with
Exactly,
everyone, by
Hector.
the way.
And
I
I've
suspect you'll find it
said the
useful in
same
your own
thing. A
work.
lot of people projected
out.
onto
See what
Mind's
suits
Eye
your
that it was going to be
needs.
the next GTA 5, and the company never said that. Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Sam.
You and Drawbridge have helped ensure that these lands will one day be filled with life again.
These
However long it
lands.
takes. In particular, that
Are we allowed to
comrade
say it
of
that
yours
way
has
these
performed
days?
absolute miracles
Political
for us.
correctness.
If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the
Somebody
other side of
stole
the river,
my
directly
fingernail clippers,
opposite
I
this
think.
shelter. Come back and visit anytime.
Right.
Or
Time
maybe
to
I
meet
just
up with
moved
our
them.
comrade. Let's see. They should be around here somewhere.
Oh, my vehicle is probably getting torched with rain. Fuck. All right, we gotta move. Hang on, what am I supposed to do next? Oh, rendezvous. With your comrade. Oh yeah, rain destroys vehicles, Larry. The timefall destroys everything, so don't leave your vehicle out in the rain. It'll slowly rust away. Timefall shelters are a big deal. Garages, you have to repair your vehicles from time to time. Timefall shelters only repair cargo, though. They don't repair your vehicle. You have to repair your vehicles back to the actual bases. Timefall is the rain, Larry. The rain that comes down is called timefall because if the rain touches you, it makes time pass. Oh no, shit, I got a music. Hang on, I gotta mute this. Ah! Sorry guys, I gotta mute the music because it's copyright stuff. Sorry. Blame Kojima. It's the rain keeps falling on my head song. And it's really frustrating that their advice on their website is just mute the audio when this happens because otherwise you're gonna get dinged. So it just killed the bird and she doesn't care. Or she can bring it back to life. She did something with the hydrant. So she can repair things. Oh. Somehow she has an ability to repair timefall damage. Hello. Excuse me.
Go on,
Alright,
Sam.
I think we're good.
Follow her into that facility.
Let's grab my vehicle. Hello? It'll make more sense as you play the first game, Larry, because, like, Fragile, her whole story is tied to Timefall. Is she preggo? And where did she get the bird seed? We're living in apocalyptic times. It's gourmet pellets, too.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. I didn't know who you were at first.
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You had some kind of a trick for dealing with Timefall?
Rainey, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHV Magellan.
Yay! I finally got out of episode 3 after like 3 streams in episode 3.
Fragile. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. Well, I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
Before I do that, let me go see if there's any coffee left. And if not, request another pot. There was indeed more coffee, which is good. Well, so YouTube and Twitch are both United States corporations. So United States copyright law governs United States corporations. So YouTube and Twitch have to abide by US copyright laws. European copyright law is different than US copyright law. So European companies have different rules and regulations, but YouTube and Twitch are American-based corporations. So American copyright law governs those things. And American copyright law is extremely complicated and extremely strict to protect the rights of the creators and or the owners of the songs and books and artworks and photographs and movies and things of that nature. So in the case of the song that just played, Raindrops Are Dancing on My Head, that is a very old song written, it's been I don't even know how long ago that was written, decades ago, from a film that had, I think Fred Astaire was in that film and danced to that song, if I remember correctly. It's a very old song, very old film. The original writers of that song are no longer around, but those song rights, the rights to the song, are held by a company who protects the rights to those songs and earns money when that song is used in films or television commercials, or in this case, a video game. So the creator of this video game, Hideo Kojima Productions, paid that company for the right to use that song in their video game. So that company made money by selling the rights to their song, which is then put into a video game. The tricky part of this is when the average consumer goes and plays this game at home, they are experiencing a creative vision set out by the creative director of this game, Hideo Kojima. I don't remember who it was, Slacker. I would literally have to go Google the film and everything else for Raindrops Are Falling on My Head. Fred Astaire may have been the generation before that. When the average consumer plays this game, they are playing it in the comfort of their home. So when they see that scene and that song plays for them, it's in their own home, private. That's the primary way that's being played. As a streamer, I am in a unique category where I am broadcasting my playthrough session to the world. And this is where a different set of rights apply. So what Twitch and YouTube do is they say, I'm being told in chat that Sundance is Butch Cassidy. So I may have, again, I was speaking off the top of my head. If I miscorrectly spoke as to who danced that song, I apologize. Like I said, I would have to Google it. I know Fred Astaire did a Dance in the Rain too. Anyway, I'm broadcasting to the world. So for the intents of the rights holders who own the rights to that song, since I am broadcasting that on YouTube and Twitch, the YouTube and Twitch platforms have to say, okay, Renfail is making money while he's broadcasting this video game. But that music has copyrighted content that is owned by another corporation. And Renfail does not own the rights to that song to distribute it to the rest of the world. Therefore, the algorithms for YouTube and Twitch are going to take the music when they recognize a copyrighted track. They take that revenue and they pass it on to the rights holders, because that's how copyright works. Now, many games will provide streamers with what's known as a streamer mode, which will automatically disable copyrighted music when you play that game. So if I'm playing Dune Awakening, which we're playing right now, there's a streamer mode, which I have turned on. So it disables all of the copyrighted stuff. Most recently, we played The Altars. The Altars has a copyright streamer mode. Guardians of the Galaxy, if you play that game from Marvel, which we played a few years ago, that game had a copyright mode because they use a lot of like 70s classic rock and stuff. So if you are a streamer and you are playing a game that has a streamer mode, it will disable that copyrighted music so that you don't have to deal with any rights issues while you're streaming. Hideo Kojima, for his creative vision, has said, I don't want the music to be able to be disabled. I want the music for me is an integral part of my creative vision for the game. You'll note that in the game options, even, my camera just did a weird focus thing. If I go to the game options here, you'll notice that we can go to the system, and we can go to options, and we can go to music. There is no way to turn off the music of this game. There's only one volume, master volume. There is no, so most games you'll see it'll have something like master volume, sound effects, combat music, narrative or voices. It'll have like 7 or 8 options, and you can adjust all of those options in the game. In this case, Kojima has said, no. You're going to play my game the way I want you to play my game. And so everything is on by default, and you don't get to turn it off. And they have a website that literally tells you if you don't want to receive a copyright ding while streaming this game, when you hear copyrighted music, you need to mute the audio on your stream so that you don't accidentally get hit with a copyright ding. Pain in the ass for me as a streamer. But in terms of the audience who purchases these games and plays, I am a very small percentage of people who actually play these games. Like the vast majority of people playing Death Stranding 2 are playing it in the comfort of their living room, where the copyright issue does not come into play. So it is a, it's an inconvenience for me, and it's a bit of a, as the audience watching my streams, you're gonna miss out because I still get to hear the audio, but I have to mute it for the stream so that I don't get dinged on my videos by YouTube and Twitch. Because if I get dinged, what happens is all my revenue, at least on YouTube, all my revenue goes towards the rights holder for that song, and then I don't get a paycheck. And on Twitch, what it will do is it will mute the audio. So if you try to watch the video playback on Twitch, that whole portion of the video will be completely muted, including my audio, because Twitch will just say, we don't want to deal with the rights. We're going to mute that whole section to protect the rights of the music holder. So rights are complicated things. That's why most video games don't use copyrighted music in their games, because to purchase those rights, it's expensive and it's very complicated when you have people who are streaming your game. And we're in 2025. Streaming is a big deal. This is also one of the reasons people have asked me, hey, Renfail, why don't you cover the live Game Awards shows? Like, June had like the Xbox Game Show and Showcase and things of that nature. The reason I don't cover game shows live is because the vast majority of game trailers these days use licensed music because they're using some sort of music track to do a 2-minute trailer to promote their game. And that just turns into a nightmare for me because I lose all the revenue from those streams, and it's a pain in the butt. It's just a big pain in the butt because I can go back and clear the audio with the YouTube AI tools, which allow me to strip the songs out of the videos. But for the entire time that I'm waiting for that video to process and edit that music out, I'm losing all of the revenue that is coming in because it's going to the rights holder until such time as the audio is stripped out of the video. And the vast majority of revenue I make happens during the live stream and immediately after the live stream. So by the time I've processed the music out, I've already lost like 90% of the revenue that I would have earned for that in the first place. So I have just learned over the years that it's not worth it to me to cover live events. And I was genuinely shocked that Kojima did not have a streamer mode for this game. I didn't know that that was going to be a thing. And then I went to their website, and their little advice is just mute the audio when the songs play if you're going to be streaming this game. And I was like, that's literally what you're telling streamers? Okay. well, I love the game, but that part sucks. But anyway, that's just a, since people were asking about copyrights, um, copyright laws are there to protect those of us who own copyrights. I own a lot of copyrights. I'm an author with 25 million words in print. I've published video games. I've published a number of books. I have a lot of stuff out there in the world in terms of creative property that I've created and make money off of. So copyright is a big deal, and I 100% believe in the protection of copyrights. In this instance, though, I do think games that use copyrighted music need to provide streamers with a copyright-free mode or a streamer mode, which automatically disables that music from being played so that we don't accidentally get dinged for things. But copyrights are important. If I write a book, the last thing I want is somebody being able to take my work and adapt that work and make a movie off of my work, or to sell a PDF of my work. That we don't want that to happen because it's my creation. Only I should be allowed to monetize and create money off of my creation. And if I do give permission for somebody to use my work in a creative format, I still need to be compensated for that, and that's what copyright protection is for. So it's complex, but again, copyright law depends on where you live in the world. But because YouTube and Twitch are U.S. companies, they are bound by U.S. copyright law, which is way more strict than copyright law in other parts of the world. And I could go on for days about this because actually this is my day job for many, many years dealing with copyright. So it's a fun topic, but yeah. Even says, does YouTube copyright strikes you to protect yourself as YouTube? Because if YouTube doesn't strike you, me as an owner, instead sue a streamer who've made a few seconds to go after YouTube who have a lot. Yeah, well, that it still all boils down to copyright. It still all boils down to the copyright loops. Sparky says, I'm not a copyright holder, but in my opinion, streaming games with their music should go under fair use. I also believe that in cases where a video game company has chosen to use a piece of music and put it into a video game, if I'm streaming said video game, I do believe that should be fair use, but copyright law does not agree with that. Copyright law says, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, I believe it's up to 15 seconds of a song can be played under fair use, but anything after 15 seconds is considered, oh, now you're actually using the music, and now you're crossing into copyright territory. But I believe it's up to 15 seconds. Don't quote me on that. I would need to Google that and confirm. But I think it's like up to 15 seconds or so of something can be used and have it still be fair use. So I could put 10 seconds of a movie on screen. You'll notice a lot of companies will do this when they're doing like a review of a game, and they'll put in clips. They'll be making a point and they'll talk about, hey, and this is just like this movie, and they'll show a clip of like Return of the Jedi, and they'll have like a 5-second clip of Return of the Jedi or a 10-second clip of Return of the Jedi. They can do that under fair use because it's a, multi-second clip, but it's not minutes of the movie. It's a clip of a very specific section to make a point. Yoda saying and beating R2-D2 with a stick. That's a 10-second clip. That's fair use. But anything beyond that is going to be considered, oh, well, now you're profiting from a segment of the film. That's not allowed. So again, copyright is complex. It's also a situation where streaming is still evolving as a business. I mean, we are 10, 15 years into streaming now, but it is still very much evolving on an international basis every year. So, I'm sure we will continue to see copyright law evolve over time as well. Younglings. All right, go to surface. Bum bum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Bum bum. Now you got me. I gotta look like Song Up now because I completely forgot about that. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head was written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David for the 1969 Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid film. Really? What song am I thinking of? Oh, it's Singing in the Rain. See, it was a rain song. That's all I knew was it was a rain song. Fred Astaire. Okay. Okay, so it wasn't even Fred Astaire. It was Gene Kelly, Singing in the Rain, 1952. I just remembered a dance film with one of the dance stars from the 50s, and it was Singing in the Rain. And it wasn't even Fred Astaire. It was Gene Kelly. All right. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 has a streamer mode. Exactly. Yep. Absolutely. And that game has a lot of copyrighted and uncopyrighted music. So the cool thing about Cyberpunk 2077 is they have a lot of original music that they paid for. And so they own that music. So like when you're driving in your car around Cyberpunk 2077 and you're listening to the radio, those tracks are all owned by Cyberpunk. Well, they're owned by CD Projekt Red. And they have given those songs free usage so that you can play their games and stream those games, and you'll never, ever, ever get copyright dings because CD Projekt Red has said, this music was created for this video game. We don't care who uses it worldwide. You're free to use that music when you play our game. However, Cyberpunk 2077 also has licensed music from, God, I forget the name of the artist. It's a female artist. She sold a license, and if I remember correctly, CD Projekt Red told me when I started playing the game, they said these specific like 5 songs licensed by this artist can be freely used for the next 5 years, but after that 5-year period, you may get dinged on YouTube for them. So they offer a streamer mode in Cyberpunk 2077 to turn off any of the licensed music that might play. Because even though we have the right to use that music for the next 5 years, if my YouTube video is still up in 5 years and the rights go away, I could get dinged for that movie 5 years down the road. So even Cyberpunk 2077 has an interesting case scenario where they have a streamer mode, even though they do have the vast majority of music in the game as their own music that they've paid for to be created. It's complicated. I don't think that I don't know of any streamers that play copyrighted music in the background, Sherrod. And if they do, they're definitely, I know that many streamers will have, like, you can go to SoundCloud and other places and pay for, this is complicated rights again. Creative Commons music. Music that has been created under a Creative Commons license, which is then allowed to be freely used everywhere around. I don't know of any streamers that use licensed music. Because the algorithms immediately detect that shit. Immediately. And on Twitch, it will mute the VOD. I don't know if I can show this. Can I show this? Let me see if I can show this. I'm not sure that I'm supposed to show this on Twitch. But I am going to show something really quick. I don't think I can get in trouble for sharing this. I probably shouldn't. Anyway, I'm not going to share it. On Twitch, in my dashboard, I'm looking at it right now. I have a section where it says copyrights in your channel. You have 0 copyright strikes on your channel. If you accumulate 3 copyright strikes, your account will be terminated or may be terminated. And then it talks about how Twitch complies with the DCMA and similar laws worldwide. When we receive a DMCA notification that target content on your channel, it is processed under our DMCA guidelines and may result in a strike being issued to your account. When this happens, you'll be notified on Twitch, and details about the claim will be email addressed to blah, 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 blah. So if you play music on your Twitch stream that is copyrighted, en 10 minutos fue, gracias. I guarantee you, they're not just playing any random radio music from the 80s. I guarantee you they have found tracks that they are allowed to use. Because if I were to go right now and like watch a YouTube music video for I don't know, give me a band, Led Zeppelin, I would immediately get hit with a copyright ding, and more than likely I would get hit with a DMCA takedown notice because I incorrectly used a music video from a licensed artist and put that in a live stream. Or if I were to broadcast Return of the Jedi, like a watch party, if I tried to do a watch party and I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, or if I tried to watch a film live as a watch party with my audience, that would immediately get hit with a copyright hit and a DMCA strike. Immediately, I would get hit with a takedown notice. And Twitch and YouTube both have a 3-strike policy, meaning that if you get 3 strikes, your channel gets nuked. I don't know of any streamer that is willing to jeopardize their revenue streams like that. So, yeah, I highly doubt that they are just listening to any 80s music they want. It's definitely, there's something else that they're listening to. Oh, YouTube is way stricter than Twitch. Okay, I think it's just a delivery at this point. What are we supposed to do here? Take on a main order at Rainbow Valley, which is just down the road. Can I repair my vehicle here? I kind of forgot I was on the Magellan.
Patched up and good to go.
Now, if I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Rainbow Valley doesn't have. Yeah, there's nowhere to park my vehicle over there. Well, I am not bringing my vehicle out in the rain. Sorry. We'll just run over there. Oh, the rain just stopped. It's a good song too, man. I did not know that was from Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I haven't watched that film in like 20 years. It's a good movie. It's a really good movie if you've never watched it.
Feeling good. Thanks for the help. Thank you, Kyle.
Good day,
Sam, your next order requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo.
What?
The subject of an important experiment. Seems the
We're
bushland
definitely in
area
Australia.
it hopped off to is one where the chiral density is extremely high, meaning you'll need to get it back to the animal shelter ASAP to ensure its safety. This is a ticking clock situation, Sam. I'll brief you on the details while you review your map.
Well, if it's a ticking clock,
From this delivery terminal when you're ready to get
I'm gonna
underway.
save this for next time if it's a timed mission. Yeah, time limit 30 minutes. We're not doing this right now because my wife just popped in and said breakfast is ready. So we're gonna save this for next time. I am gonna go eat my breakfast, and then we're gonna be back with Dune Awakening here after breakfast. So in about 30 minutes, 30, 45, I should be back with Dune Awakening. Maybe a little bit less. I don't know that I'm gonna go for a walk. If it's still raining outside, I'm not gonna go out. It's been raining like nonstop, so. But I don't know if it's raining outside because I haven't peeked my head out the the back door for like 2 hours. So I'm gonna go get breakfast, come back, move over to Dune Awakening. So I'll see you guys in 30-ish minutes. I don't like the Rue get near you, Transcend. Alright guys, don't forget if you missed any of the live stream, these episodes get cut into 30-minute segments for a Let's Play series over on YouTube, so make sure you get over to YouTube and follow along, and everything in between the streams happens on the tube. Movie reviews, book reviews, discussions, all that good stuff. I'll catch you guys either tomorrow for more Death Stranding 2, or later on today for Dune Awakening. And don't forget, tonight I have Lord of the Rings Online with my family. So those episodes get clipped out as well, only on YouTube. So I will see you guys